are at the end of the 62nd Cannes Film Festival. Lots of people thought that the dreaded R-word recession would hit the world's glitziest movie event hard. But has it? As expected, international A-list stars in the world's media did turn up. It's just that there were less of them this year. There was really only one night when the full force of Hollywood was felt in the south of France, and that was the world premiere of Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds.
I think it's definitely quieter than it was, and I think there is, despite the fact that it's a showy industry, there is less show than there has been in previous years. It costs a lot of money to ship people down to Cannes, particularly if you're flying them in from America. And so, that's one of the considerations that people are having, and I think it's probably also an explanation as to why there may not be as many A-list stars around, is people are looking at the bottom line and saying, well, do I really need to have them at the festival to launch the film? But there is something that you still can't get away with, the sizzle that you get if you've got talent launching a movie.
Also, the party scene has been quieter. In order to keep costs low, some events swapped champagne for wine, and US magazine Vanity Fair even cancelled its annual Cannes Bash altogether. The city's harbour, usually packed with giant yachts, saw some gaps in its bay. Businessman turned writer and filmmaker Richard Hains is a regular to the festival.
Walking down this main quay now, there are gaps in the quay where previously people were climbing over themselves or each other to find a position on the main quay. I'm sure they'll be filled in the next couple of days, but Marc was commenting this morning how it's noticeably quieter.
But it's not all doom and gloom. With the shortage of high-profile Hollywood stars in the Riviera, more attention was given to up-and-coming talent. London-based filmmaker Marc started the week an unknown director. He's now heading home with major studios interested in his 45-pound zombie feature.
Apparently we had people from huge studios come to see the film. Sort of guys that make $100 million blockbusters, and they come to sit in this really small screen where everyone's sort of crammed in together just to watch this really cheap movie that we made in a camcorder. It's a bit surreal, and but they stayed.
Well, he didn't mind the lack of extravagance, and neither did industry bosses. Despite the credit crunch, deal-making has been strong.
Everything is a lot more low-key. There are probably fewer people here, but I think the people who are here to do business. So, I must admit, I came and my expectations weren't necessarily that high, but actually having been here for the last 4 or 5 days, everybody that we're meeting actually still wants to buy films and wants to be in business. And the good news for the film industry is that people are still going to the cinema, they're still buying DVDs, they're still watching films on TV, and our opportunity is really, as long as we're making good product, then people will want to see it.
So there might have been fewer parties and less champagne, but after all, the Cannes Festival has proved that even in times of financial crisis, it remains a good place for doing business.